Can't get that music out of my head either. You realize we made love in front of hundreds of people?
It was a dance, Brock. Nothing more.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
It was a dance, period.
Oh. Don't get all hot and bothered. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. Duncan is bringing me some champagne. What's so funny?
Oh. It's just hard to believe that someone who can tango like you can could possibly take a man that wears a skirt seriously.
Let me tell you something, Brock. I don't judge people by the way they dress. I judge them on the way they behave.
How about the way they dance?
Fortunately, when you're dancing, you don't really talk very much. So you didn't have a chance to call me a slut masquerading as a lady, did you?
I have been trying.
Look it. Real men, like Duncan. They don't throw people's pasts in their face like you did to me with James. So if you think that you can dance me around the room and make nice, and I'm going to forget everything you said to me, it's not going to happen, Brock. I will not forget the things you said. Not ever.
That's not a good idea.
Baby, listen up. I'm serious. I've always dreamed about making it in a place like this. Be a lot better than that little bunk bed out at the castle. Remember that? My first night back? Hmm? I don't know if it can get much better than that, though. You were a wild man.
Hey, Julie, cut it out.
You worried about your old man walking in on us? They're not going to be back for hours.
Listen, I'm having enough trouble trying to fit in here as it is.
You know, a couple months of the good life has turned you into a total wimp.
Okay, get dressed.
I was just kidding.
Julie, you know, this is really about what you and I talked about this afternoon.
What?
About you going back to Seattle at the end of the summer.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, so I just think it would be better if we said goodbye as friends.
Honey, we'll always be friends. But you and I are good together. We only have a few months. Let's make these count, okay?
It's not fair to you.
Don't worry about what's fair to me, okay? I'll worry about that. If all I have to take back with me is memories, I want to take back some good ones.
What is it? What?
It's your swimsuit. It's all wet and clammy.
Baby, you really got married.
Oh, when am I going to stop being a baby?
I think we all need some champagne. Everybody, let's have some champagne.
No, sir, you called me to enjoy champagne.
Fine, John.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. I will be happy for you.
Always, as long as you are. Oh, I am. I never thought I could be this happy.
It's a little sudden, wasn't it, sweetheart?
Yeah, last I knew you were on your way to London to visit Dusty.
Dusty was the best man.
Lily, maybe you just better start from the beginning.
Darling, why don't you tell us the whole romantic story? Derek?
Well, it's going to sound absurdly simple, I'm afraid. I bummed a ride on Lucinda's jet as far as New York, and Lily and I got to talking. I ended up going on to London. Seeing London through Lily's eyes was new and exciting. She has this effect on me. So last night, coming home from the theater, on the way to St. James Park, we stopped on the bridge. The fountains were playing in the distance, stars were overhead, and the moonlight was playing on the water, and I found myself asking her to marry me.
And I said yes before he could change his mind.
And I wanted to make it official before she could change her mind, so we went back to Mother's, and we spent all night making arrangements. And, Father, aren't you going to say anything?
Don't mind. I think it's divine. I hope you and Lily will be very, very happy.
Well, of course they're going to be happy because they're beautiful and they're young
and they have lots of money. What is there against that?
Well, is this legal? That's the question.
Till death do us part. But Mother knows the American ambassador very well, so she had to pull a few strings.
Very well, by your mother.
Well, that tango really cleared the floor, didn't it? Somebody wanted to repeat.
Well, I'm partial to the old two-step myself.
Well, we'll just do it.
Hey, there's Lily.
Hey, she's back.
So once we cut through all the red tape, all that was left was picking out a dress for Lily, roses for Mother's garden, and at 10 o'clock this morning, we were very officially married at the American Embassy.
Well then, how about a toast? To Lily and Derek and their happiness.
Here, here, here.
Lily.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Rich Delicious Mountain-Grown Folgers Crystals.
What do you say we call a truce?
You know my terms.
Yes, crawl on my hands and knees and beg forgiveness.
You know, I'm not so sure that's going to be enough. Anyway, you said that it would have to be a cold day in hell before you'd do that. And it's a hot night in July, so why don't we just stop this conversation?
Sorry I took so long.
Quite all right.
If there's another tango,
Not interested. Some men just don't know how to take no for an answer. You know that, Duncan?
Aye. Well, you missed a bit of excitement. Lily Walsh returned from London, married.
Wasn't any time to call, although we did call and landed in O'Hare, but we don't have to finish, so we called the farm, and we just connected.
I wanted to be a surprise. This way everybody heard at the same time. It's very diplomatic.
Hello. We're related now.
All the impetuous, headstrong things that my son has
Well, yes, impetuous and headstrong, but nice. They're in love. I can see it. They're obviously in love. It's a fait accompli. I know that you can find it in your heart to be happy for them. Least you could do is go and congratulate your son on making a very clever match. Come on. Darling, Niall wants to say something to you.
Lily, you bring our family great honor. Congratulations. Congratulations, Derek.
Hey, Joe, what's going on? Hey, well, Lily and Derek Mason got married this morning in London.
What?
Yeah. I just heard how. Welcome home, married lady.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I tell you to find happiness and be happy. Obviously, you found everything. Just treasure every minute. Lily,
I hope you'll be happy. That's all I ever wanted for you.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, well, before we get to the business at hand, I have the honor and the pleasure to introduce Memorial's most generous benefactor, Lucinda Walsh-Dixon.
It's not necessary, really. Rex is just indulging me, as he always does. I just wanted to share some very special family news with people. My daughter, Lily, who I think all of you know very well, has just married a wonderful young man. And I should be very cross with her because I'm being cheated out of giving a party, but I'm not cross. I would just like to take this moment to introduce To your friends, darling. The bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Derek Huntley Mason.
What a beautiful couple.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. If I tried myself, I couldn't have created a more perfect husband.
I guess Hogan's really surprised. Or doesn't he know already? No, he doesn't.
Wow! Better late than never.
Hi, darling.
Well, it's my fault, Bob. I got held up in court, and then my car decided to quit on me, but Lisa was nice enough to give us a lift in her limousine.
Oh, I am so glad that you talked me and Leonard into coming.
You take a hand. Excuse us.
Have a good time. Well, you missed the big announcement.
Yeah, I did. What?
Well, I think you're about to hear for yourself.
Hi, Lisa. I'd like you to meet my husband, Derek Mason.
Your what?
My husband.
Wait a minute. Did I miss something? When did you guys get married?
This morning, it was a whirlwind courtship, but the marriage is going to last, I promise.
You know,
Don't tell me Lisa is actually at a law school.
Oh, I am not. You rascal. No, darling. I wish you much happiness. And she's very handsome and very beautiful. You take good care of her.
Don't worry about it. Excuse us.
I'll see if you've been on time. You would have
Oh, whoever seen two of the kids long this Niles.
You know, my son never ceases to amaze me.
Do you think I'm the diamond type? I kind of like these emerald earrings.
Take it off.
You'll have to catch me first.
Oh, you caught me.
Now what are you going to do with me?
I'm not playing, Julie.
You're no fun.
Here.
Ouch! I will do it myself. You want me to rip my earlobe off? Are you satisfied?
Come on, the other one. Great. Now help me make this bed.
These are not satin sheets.
Well, Miss Smarty Pants are the best ones I could find. Look, she probably keeps the expensive ones in the safe or something.
You cannot use these sheets. She's going to notice.
Oh, you want me to get Eunice to help?
No. Why don't we just make up these sheets and hope she doesn't notice? I don't know.
All right, I guess. Here.
Is that good?
Get the other pillow.
Looks pretty good. What do you think?
Looks good. Oh, I got a great idea.
Julie, you know, you've had a lot of great ideas. Enough for one night.
No, listen, I'm all wired up. Let's go dancing.
Dancing?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Anything to get us out of here. Yeah, fine. Great.
All right. Woo.
Great. All right.
Oh.
What are you doing now?
I'm covering our tracks, sweetie. I don't want to get busted. All right. Let's party! Woo!
You were incredible with Lily. I'm impressed.
Don't be. You know, would have never worked out for us anyway.
It would never have worked out for Bo and me, but it still hurt me every time I saw him and Ella together. I'm glad they moved to L.A.
Yeah, I know this Derek guy lives in New York. And if they move there, they'll come back to the farm for vacations and stuff. I'll just have to live with that. I just hope that Lily didn't marry this guy just to try to get Holden out of her system.
Well, he seems to make her very happy.
He damn well better make her happy.
I know it was rather sudden.
Sudden. It wasn't exactly a long engagement.
It wasn't an engagement at all.
Well, we just knew it was right.
Well, I agree with Lily. When you know what's in your heart, I say just go for it.
Well, obviously, Lily takes after your side of the family, Cal.
Have you spoken to Josh, to your daddy?
Yes, Derek and I are going to visit them.
Now, you mustn't monopolize the bridegroom. Oh, come along, darling. I want you to meet some Walsh executives.
Oh, come on.
Now, darling, we're not going to talk business. They just want to meet your husband.
I'd be delighted to meet them. Please excuse us.
Well, Derek seems to be a very nice boy, but what do we know about him? Well, his father's an old friend of Lucinda's, and from what I've heard, Derek's tearing up Wall Street at the moment.
Well, I still think I ought to check him out.
Oh, well, that shows a lot of confidence in your granddaughter.
Now, gentlemen, let's just hope that he makes a very good husband for Lily.
I just want to know who's going to tell Holden.
Oh, they're playing our song.
Oh.
Excuse me. May I? I just had to get you back in my arms where you belong.
Well, I just wish you hadn't been so impulsive about this. She barely knows this boy. I mean, how long? He just swept her right off her feet.
Well, you know how it is when you're in love.
As long as Lucinda is preoccupied with Lily's marriage, I'll have free reign at Silver Barbara. Look, are you hoping they'll play another tango or what?
No. Would you excuse me for a minute? I have to make a call to Chicago. Business.
If you must.
Yeah, well, I guess they went back to the brewery to get the beer. Hey, Tom, you got something on your mind?
Actually, yeah, there is. Margot says you're thinking about stopping up at the Stewart cabin when she's up there with Adam.
Well, I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to spend some time with my son, but Barbara didn't like the idea either, so it's out.
Oh.
Tom, I hope you'll level with me if you ever think that I'm crossing the line. Last thing I want to do is make you or my wife uncomfortable.
You know, we have to give these children a proper reception.
Must we?
Yes, we must. Now, don't be difficult. Niles, we'll plan it together, all right? Come to the house tomorrow morning and bring Trish. Derek and Lily will be there.
I'm afraid Derek and Lily won't be there. I've reserved the bridal suite here.
Oh, now, darling, I don't want to get into all of that. But tomorrow morning, surely you can give us a little time so that we can all be part of planning your future.
Well, our future is something that we'd like to decide for ourselves.
You mean I'm not to have a word in any of this? Surely, dear, you're not going to take this child back to New York. Her family is here. Her friends are here. You know, I could find you a lovely house. As a matter of fact, a boy with your qualities, I bet you I could find you a place in my business.
But I make it a rule never to mix business with family.
Rules were made to be broken.
Not the rules I make, Lucinda.
He's very determined.
Yes, darling, I can see that.
Hello? Oh. Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Yeah. Yes. Well, it's going to get even better. It is my privilege to introduce one of Oakdale's true talents, Lila Montgomery Peretti. Yeah.
Thank you, Iva Snyder. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to dedicate this song to lovers everywhere, the ones who are lucky enough to be together tonight, and the ones far away. If there was time enough for me to do it all again, I promise you that I would find a way to make it right this time. This time I'd love you even more. I never thought I could, but now
of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
If there was time enough to say the things I feel inside, I promise you I'd find a way.
Somebody might come out.
So, you think we're lovers?
Andy, we are not lovers.
No, but... Man.
Andy, can you get me a soda, please?
Oh. Sure.
Oh, grandmother.
Sweetheart.
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's the matter, huh?
Oh, just everything. Love, you know, boys and girls, and all these feelings that go with it.
I see. Let me tell you something, my darling. Boys are just as mixed up as you are.
Oh, I sincerely doubt that.
Oh, they are.
Oh, these feelings are just so complicated.
I know, but when love is right, you'll find it's the simplest thing in the whole world.
Really? But what about Pam and Bo and Shannon's love for Duncan? I mean, how do you know when it's right?
Well, you don't. And you do risk getting hurt. And there's quite often quite a price you have to pay. But, darling, it's worth it in the long run. It really is. Now, you believe me on that. Okay?
Hey, guys. Great party or what?
Why don't you have a dance with me, big brother?
Sure, I'd love to.
So, Tonio didn't leave you a number where he could be reached.
No, senor.
What are you to do in case of an emergency?
What emergency?
Did he say when he'd be back?
No, senor. Is there a problem?
Oh, no. I was just thinking of hiring a consultant and thought about doing business with Tonio.
See, he's standing right over there. Okay, look at that. Come on. Hi.
Hey, Miss Mitchell, may I have the honor of this dance?
Oh, well, Margot, yes, indeed. Well, since when did a cowboy learn to dance?
Ma'am, that is a secret that I will carry with me to my grave.
Cal Strickland dances almost as well as Mr. Lombard.
Duncan, I thought you hated Tonio as much as everybody else around here.
Well, if the girl knew that, she wouldn't be inclined to tell me anything, would she?
And what exactly are you trying to find out?
One of my men spotted Reyes in Miami with one of the Beretta.
Wait a minute, Miami, that's the Montagan base of the underground.
Exactly. Now, is Reyes still looking for Sierra? Or does he have another reason for making contact with his homeland?
Dad.
Aye. It's a possibility, Claw. Now, I don't want you to betray the trust of that young girl. But if she should tell you anything...
You'll be the first to know.
Good lad.
Hey, Mom, we're gonna go to the cellar for some dirty dancing.
Graham,
Fran, it's not as bad as it sounds, believe me.
Well, you're going to miss the auction, but okay, enjoy yourselves. Go ahead.
Have a good time. See you later.
What do you say, Nancy? You want to try some of that dirty dancing?
Oh, great. I'll stick around. I can put you both into traction.
Yeah.
I swear this dress is not as tight at the beginning of the night.
Well, you're not feeling faint or anything, are you?
Oh, no. I just need some fresh air.
Hi, Lila.
Oh, hi, Lila.
Hi. Last year at the gala, I spent almost the whole evening here with Casey. I wish you were here tonight.
You're amazing. I don't know how you're dealing with your life and Kate and everything. You're my inspiration, you know that? It's not going to be very easy for me to bring up this baby by myself.
Hey, what about me, remember? I'll be there for you and that baby.
Friends, I know you've all been waiting for the auction, and now to wield the gavels are two of the pillars of our community, Kim and Bob Hughes.
Hey! Thank you, Rex. I've been called a lot of things, but never a pillar.
Thank you. We have lots of goodies for you to bid on tonight. But to begin with, I want you to just look at this, just to whet your appetite for one of many Barbara Ryan originals that we're going to be looking at later. Mara, thank you so much. It's just beautiful. All right, let's get to it. Our first item is guaranteed to keep you warm on those cold winter nights that we're all dreaming about in the middle of this heat wave. My handsome assistant will hold this up and model for us this beautiful handmade quilt donated by Emma Snyder. Emma, thank you.
$1,000.
Oh, my word.
$2,000. $2,500. $3,000. Oh, for crying out loud.
It's only a quilt.
We didn't have to go to the gala tonight to have a good time. Did we? Ouch! What was that for?
Huh? Hey, the bartender's hunting down some root beer right now. I wanted to say that I'm sorry about Duncan asking you all those questions tonight.
I tell everyone I have no answers, but they don't seem to believe me.
This is a slow song. Hey, Andy, you want to dance with me?
Well, me, yes.
I've always wanted to dance with a man in a tuxedo.
Duke, is Julie your girlfriend? I mean, she is.
Well, she's a girl. She's a friend. She's going back to Seattle for Labor Day. By the way, you're looking very hot in that dress.
What?
You heard me. Hey, come on, Leanne. There's nothing wrong with being hot. My kid brother's a lucky guy.
It must have been quite a party. All those glamorous women and all those glamorous clothes.
You're pretty glamorous yourself.
You're so sweet.
Wish you'd been at the ball.
Oh, no way. Your father would have freaked. He's trying to get rid of me.
What?
Yes. I don't know why, but today he offered me a check for $50,000 to get out of town and never come back.
So, the sports car goes to the bridegroom, Mr. Derek Mason.
Very generous.
All for a good cause. Besides, I need a car in Oakdale anyway.
We have 4 garages filled with cars.
Never give up, do
Mr.
you?
Mason.
What does he mean by that?
I think you
Thank
your
you
match,
very much,
Mother.
Mr. Mason. Your receipt.
Emma, your quilt set the
Beautiful
tone for the
new
entire
bride.
evening.
Welcome
Thank you.
to Oakdale. You're very welcome. Well, I'm going to say good night. I keep farmers hours, you know. Good night. Good night to see you. Good night, Papa. Don't be too cute. I will.
Look, I have every intention of taking Emma home. But that's just silly, Jared. Why would you drive all the way out there when I live right next door?
Yes, that makes much more sense, Jared. And why don't we have lunch tomorrow?
All right, Emma.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for everything, Jared. Good night.
Good night, Jared. Good night, Cal.
You can bid on Mama's quilt next year.
Oh, thank you.
And now I believe the highlight of the auction, a beautiful wardrobe especially designed for this benefit by Hank Elliott.
While Mara models this beautiful gown, I have a message for you. It's a telegram that Hank sent us. He says, "Wish I could be with you tonight, but as some of you already know, I'm fighting my own personal battle with AIDS. The man I share my life with was diagnosed with AIDS 7 months ago. Every day Charles survives is one day closer to the time when a cure will be found, thanks to money raised at events like this. The wardrobe I designed is my way of trying to buy a little hope for Charles and others like him. So please, be generous. I'm sure you will be, because the friends and support I found in Oakdale changed my life forever. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Signed, Hank Elliott. Well, Hank is a very special man, and he changed our lives, too. He showed us a kind of courage and honesty and love. So now let's show him how much we care. Who would like to start the bidding?
I will.
Wonderful.
Hank had made one of the most beautiful dresses I had ever seen, and it was worn by my wife at our wedding. I'll bid $2,000.
$2,000. Wonderful. Good.
Please don't go any harder.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Mac. I'm going to have to raise you $1,000.
$3,000.
$4,000.
$4,000. Buy.
You've already done your bid for AIDS research for buying that car. I already have a whole wardrobe.
$6,000.
$6,000.
I'll let that do it.
Do I hear
$7,000.
Hon, please bear in mind we have a mortgage.
Do I hear $11,000 bid for this beautiful wardrobe?
$11,000.
Why not? You deserve it. Besides, it's tax deductible.
All right. Mr. Rex Whitmore has bid $11,000 for one-of-a-kind wardrobe, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, designed by one of this country's leading designers.
Lisa, why aren't you in there bidding on Hank's wardrobe?
All the men are in there buying for wardrobe for their wives and their sweethearts. And suddenly I felt very lonely. And I felt quite left out.
So did I.
Oh, come on, Ellen. You can go to Atlanta anytime you want to. You can be with David. Earl's gone.
Yes, I know how much you loved him, but I can't believe he'd want you to go on mourning for him forever. I saw you in there dancing with Cal Strickland.
Now, he's a charmer.
$18,000, Mr. Jared Carpenter. Thank you very much. $19,000. Do I hear 20? Do I hear 20?
Yep, $20,000.
$20,000. That away. Come on.
$21,000.
What's
your opinion?
Let's go.
These designs any good?
Come on.
Well, Hank's obviously very talented.
$21,000.
Designs are too classic.
All right, 22.
I mean, it'd take a real lady to wear any of those
24.
outfits.
24. We can count higher. Come on. We can count higher. 24,000.
I have a man bidding on that
come
wardrobe
Think of
for
all
me.
those beautiful dresses.
Who needs
Would
a man?
you love-
$25,000.
$25,000.
I will not let Emily wear that collection. $26,000.
$26,000. Oh, that's fantastic. Do I hear
$27,000.
Wonderful. I'm thrilled. $27,000. Do I hear a higher bid? 27,000 going once, going twice.
$50,000.
$50,000. Sold to Mr. Brock Lombard for $50,000.
The man is clearly used to getting what he wants.
Is he planning on giving this to his wife as a divorce present?
I don't know anything's possible with Brock.
Well, I would have had that nice old quilt, too, if Jared hadn't started arguing.
You mean if you hadn't lost your temper?
Me? Now, what's making you so touchy this evening, Emma?
What do you think? I mean, Lily marries a man that she's only known for 2 weeks. I was very upset. Would you like some of my wine? And Caleb's just devastated, and Lord knows what Holden's going to do. I mean, I don't know why in the world that child had to be so impetuous.
Yeah, unlike Iva, who's driving a good man to distraction because she can't make up her
Now,
mind.
just a minute, Cal Strickland. Iva was very hurt, and she just needs to be sure.
Sure? Emma, there's only 2 things sure in this life. Death and taxes. And I'm not so damn sure about taxes. I mean, when it comes to love, you just got to jump in and take a chance.
If you are going to do that war dance on my grandmother's antique
Now,
rug...
don't you try to sidetrack me, Emma.
Sidetrack you? Sidetrack you from what?
Well, I don't know. The next thing you'll know, Jared will come thundering in here for crying out
Cal
loud.
Strickland, I have heard enough about Jared
Well,
Carpenter.
hallelujah at last.
Now, just tell me. Now, what do you mean, sidetrack
Well, I
you?
will, if you'll just button your lip for a second.
I won't say nothing, Pete.
Well, what I was going to say was I was going to go down to Waco and take care of some business next couple of days, but crying out loud, with Jared here in town, liable to come back and you'll be up to your ears in stoves or something.
Would you please get to the point?
Well, I'm trying. Like I said the other day at the pond, I'm looking to settle down.
Would you like...
No, just hold on a minute. Can't you see that I'm trying to ask you to marry me?
Iva, will you be going out to the farm for lunch tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. Rex is giving me the morning off, and Kirk and I are going to make plans for the children's visit.
All right. Well, then, good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Oh, Shannon, I have never seen you look so beautiful as you look tonight.
I'll second that, Lisa. Well, how's Buddy?
Well, he's doing a lot better than when you found him at your doorstep.
Yeah, you really made a big impression on him. He keeps asking for you.
Well, he's certainly a compliment.
Shall we?
Yes. Good night.
Thanks. Well,
I don't see why this couldn't wait until morning.
have you included all the permissions I asked for?
Yeah, but we're going to need witnesses.
Fine. Mr. and Mrs. Franklin, would you be kind enough to witness my signature on this document?
Well, sure, yes.
Thank you very much.
It's your will.
Aye. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. I'll file this in the morning.
But it is good and legal now.
Yeah, but what difference would a few hours make?
Ah!
Huh. Is there any chance I could talk you into coming to my place and spending the night?
As a matter of fact, I have a change of clothes for the office in my car.
That's what I love. A woman who plans ahead.
You sure you're all right?
Hey, you kidding? I'll dance till they roll up the floor.
So just when can we get out of here? So are you going to tell me who gets that $50,000 wardrobe?
You're going to learn, aren't you?
Duke knew I was going to offer the girl, Julie, 50 grand to get out of his life. I thought she would bite this time, and then all of a sudden she tears up the check. I would like to know what made her change her mind.
So John almost succeeded, really, in buying her off. Julie's getting very greedy.
You may be able to handle Julie, but I'm not sure about Derek.
Don't you worry. Give me a couple of weeks. He'll be eating out of my hand. Now, where is our bride? Where is our groom? They were here a moment ago. Darling, it disappeared. Oh, Marlo, I think that we can find space for the announcement of my daughter's wedding. Yes, I want everybody in Oakdale to wake up to the news. What? Yes, I am. I think I'm very happy. All right, then. Good night.
Just last week, the Miles had convinced you that his son was a second-rate Casanova.
Oh, darling, I understand it all now. It's because it was before he met Lily. Lily is so special, darling.
What?
My little girl is a married lady.
Yes, well, the adjustment will be a lot easier after a good night's sleep.
Oh, John, I don't know why you paid $10,000 for that damn thing.
I like it. I understand Niles has some reservations about their marriage, huh?
Yes, dear. Well, people always have reservations about things. You know what I mean? I mean, look at people in us.
Yeah, what about
They said we wouldn't last.
Yeah.
My heavens, here we are.
We're 2 years later, we're reasonably happy.
Yeah, reasonably happy. How about a little kiss, Toots?
Is that you?
Darling, I thought it was you. What?
Yeah. Emily, I just wanted to make sure that you got home okay.
Oh, Duncan was wonderful. He walked me right to the door.
Oh, well, then I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, I will bring the donuts and the coffee, okay? Bye. Who is it?
How did you get the key? What are we doing down here?
You're about to find out.
Oh. What is all this?
This is your wedding present. Welcome home, Mrs. Derek Huntley Mason.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light. Next on most of these CBS stations. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.